Good morning. Good morning, Shine crew. What is up? What is going on? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, Miss Rochelle. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, Miss Anita. Good morning, Dr. Lynn. Who else is here in the building with us? Y'all, I'm so excited about today. I'm so excited. It's the first day that I have ever felt I just wanted to rain. Anybody wanted to rain? I just wanted to rain. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. I don't know. Y'all might have seen something hanging out of my book. One of my locks just fell out. Just fell out. It just fell out. So I put it in my book. I don't know what that's all about, but it just fell out. So yes, good morning. Good morning, Miss Vita. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Miss Jamel. Good morning, Miss Vanessa. Hello, everyone. Anita said it's gonna rain here, but I'd rather have the sunshine. I know I rather the sunshine too, but if you read day 3, then you know why I want some rain. Are you serious? That happens? Lynn, she says that she finds her locks all over the place. That happens? They just fall out? That is crazy to me. That scared me. It scared me, actually. So yeah, I actually read last night's, I actually read today's chapter, day 23. I actually read it to my mom. I often read it to her. And I was like, I love this. I want it to rain so I can just go outside in the rain and dance in the rain. Good morning, Miss Carolyn. So, okay. I felt like there was something that I wanted to say or share. I'm looking for Miss Shernette. I was looking for her yesterday. I'm looking for Miss Shernette. Is anybody friends with her? Let me see if I can tag her in the live. Let's see if I can do that. Let me see if I can tag her in the live. If you guys have already done so, thank you. But don't forget to go and wish her a happy birthday, okay? On the page, on the Shine page. Here we are, Miss Shernette. Okay. Hopefully she'll come on. Good morning, Miss Shelley. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Roxanne. Good morning. I love it. All right, y'all. So, Shelley, do you want it to rain where you are, Shelley? Do you want it to rain where you are? Let me know. My back is itching. I used to say my back is scratching, and my mother's like, your back is not scratching, Andrea. Your back is itching. I'm like, how you gonna tell me how I feel? It's scratching. But it's itching right now. And it's like right in that middle section where you can't get to it. Yeah, my back is here comes my back scratcher. Here comes my back scratcher. Oh yes, come on, baby, come on, man, scratch that back. Go down in the middle.
Pay attention.
I can't. Oh, do it again on the other side. Yes. Oh, thank you. If y'all need a back scratcher, I can rent mine out, $49.99 per hour. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love the sunshine. Don't get it twisted. I love the sunshine. But based on what I read for day 23 is why I said I want it to rain today. I want it to rain. So it says day 23 is dance in the rain. And then it says, yes, you too, Black girl. So for anyone here or anyone's listening or anyone that's here, let me just explain what that means to you, okay? It is definitely within our culture, that a lot of Black women will not get their hair wet. We spend a lot of money to get our hair in a certain way that we're not going to just jump in the pool, because jumping in the pool and getting our hair wet after we've spent money to get it straightened or in a certain style or whatever it is, it's not something that we want to just go and jump in the pool or run out in the rain if you're not wearing your hair natural. So if you're not wearing even then there's certain styles you don't want to mess with, right? So that's, I found that so funny when she said, dance in the rain. Yes, you too, Black girl, because like, if we just got our hair done, we're not trying to go out in the rain and mess it up, because it's not easy to just, snap it back into how it was before we get in the pool or before we get in the, ran out in the rain. It's just not easy. But if you have natural hair, that's a little different. That's a different thing, right? It's a different thing. If like your hair is in its natural state and you don't really, you just wear it naturally. Even then though, getting those curls perfect and, getting it to the way that, putting the product that you use in it to make sure that your curls are defined. Sometimes you don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with that, right? And so if you don't have completely wash and wear hair, you ain't trying to run out in anybody's rain. So I figured, let me just go ahead and explain that for anybody that, like is at a loss, right? Like, what does that mean? So she's talking about, she said, she's talking about how in California they were having unusual amounts of rain. Okay. And she says she normally tries to stay out of the rain. She doesn't like getting muddy or dirty. I mean, nobody likes that, right? She says she's from the South, where we're conditioned to believe the old wives' tale that if you get your head wet, you'll get sick. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that. I've heard a lot of people say that it's an old wives' tale. I have experienced it with my daughter, and I've experienced it with myself, and even my mother has experienced it. So I don't know how much of an old wives' tale it is. I've heard people say to me, no, that's not true. You can't get sick from being out in the rain. And I think that for Madison, she's gone out in the pool and her hair's gotten wet, and she's come back in the house with the air conditioning. And I think that I'm trying to move my chair back a little bit. And I think that especially the cold air conditioning, her pores are open and her hair is wet. And if she doesn't dry it right away, she's gotten a head cold. So I don't know how much of this is a old wives' tale. I don't believe that. Hey, Linda Oden. Mike said it's true, and Roxanne said it's true. Hey, Wandretta. Yeah. I didn't want to go there, Jamel, but you're absolutely right. Don't touch my hair. And don't ask me to touch it, let alone dance in the rain, especially after you just got your hair did recently, right, Jamel? You just got your hair did, last week or something? You don't want to know. You are not trying to wet that right now. Gordon says what are you saying me too for? Let me, because I don't know when it comes to you. What are you saying me too
My head getting wet.
Oh, his head getting wet. Yeah. See, Karen says it's not a wise tale. I don't believe it is, even though a lot of people say that it is. It's not true. Anyway, she says, so she says that Donna don't be feeling the rain. She said, I can't say that I blame her. And for those of you who don't know yet, Donna is her fro. Donna is her hair. Donna has a whole personality. Donna has a whole Instagram account. Okay. But she does have hair products. So that works for her. She says, but today, but whatever the reason, God said, go stand in the rain. Dr. Stevie said, yes, my mom is still talking about pores being open in the cold weather. She is like, take a shower early so your pores can close. Yes, or I've heard, actually my uncle, God rest his soul, my favorite uncle, Uncle Lance, my best friend from when I was a little girl. He was the father I knew. Today would have been his 101 birthday. Today would have been his 101 birthday. But he would always say, when you take a shower in the morning and it's cold outside, because remember, I grew up in New York City, he would always tell me, he would say, before you get out the shower, just put the water on as cold as you can make it. And he said, and just rinse over you real quick, right? Rinse that cold water. And I want to say it was because it was supposed to close my pores. I want to say that's what it was. But I remember he used to tell me that all the time. Gordon says, my mom used to put Jamaican rum on my head when I came home soaked after school. I remember distinctly. My mother did this several times, but I remember distinctly one particular time we came home and I was soaking wet. And she's done this many times, but I can see myself sitting there and taking off my shoes before we got inside the house. Like there was a little vestibule before we got inside the house, right? So we came in the door, but then there was a little vestibule and then inside the house. And I was young. I was young, probably 6 years old, if not younger than that. And I remember her taking my shoes and my wet shoes and wet socks off and getting a bottle of what is it? What is the name? It's green and yellow. Ray and Nephew.
100 proof.
Getting a bottle of Ray and Nephew 100 proof white rum and rubbing it all over my feet and then rubbing it on my forehead. Now the forehead she would do all the time whenever I had a cold. She would soak it in a cotton scarf or washcloth and put that on my head. But my head didn't, I don't think my head got wet, but my feet were wet. Especially, I think we were coming in from the snow. And we probably weren't prepared for the snow. And so she soaked my feet in Ray and Nephew. Doesn't that stuff like seep in through your pores?
My hair was anointed, like covered. Like,
well, you were a boy and you didn't have. My mother wasn't.
No, she did. My mother to everybody.
Yeah.
My sisters.
Yeah.
Everybody got soaked in the rain.
Right. Your sisters, y'all all a little bit different. My mother wasn't wetting my hair. Your sisters have the type of hair that they can just wash it and they be fine. My hair was not like that. Mm. My mother wasn't trying to have to. That when my hair got washed, it was a whole thing. Like Aunt Kay had to come over, and they laid me out on the counter. My head dropped into the sink. It was a whole ordeal. Then they had to get out the Ultra Sheen and put the hot comb on the stove. Listen, it was a whole ordeal. Okay. Turpentine. What is turpentine? Oh my gosh, Gordon, Michael walked by, Jamila said, and heard rum. And he said, oh yeah, she was sick. He knows. Dr. Stevie said, Andrew, we can't be talking about alcohol. that's where it all started for me, Dr. Stevie. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look, one trainer said Jamaicans use overproof for everything.
Yes, we do.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She said, yes, she knows that cold water and I don't mix even for a second. Your mom did it too, huh? Miss Rochelle said cold water to close your pores. In Ohio, it's the same. Okay, so he was on to something, I guess. I don't know. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. Michael was like, oh yeah, she's sick. She was sick. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dr. Stevie said the black girl experience, washing your head in the sink, right? Oh my goodness. And getting your and the hot comb. The hot comb.
Do I have a picture of you on the stove?
Yeah, I think we have a picture of me. I wasn't on the stove, Gordon.
Yes, you were.
I wasn't on the stove.
Something was on the stove.
Mike said, did you feel tipsy? I know, right? Now I'm trying to think back. I need to ask my mother, was I wobbling or anything?
You went to sleep,
yeah, it put you out. It put you out. And if you had a fever, yep, if you had a fever, that fever broke. You were out completely. Stevie says the hair journey ballet I told you about premieres today. People don't understand hair like black women do. It's true. It's true. It's a different. It's just a different. It really is a different experience. Look, Linda's like, I'm gonna hold my air. Yes, and oh my gosh. Sometimes if you have bangs, whoo, can y'all still see my scar? Jamel said, it used to take my mom at least 4 hours to do my hair. Yep, because my hair was long and it was thick. The back, just like you see, the back has always been thick. The front has been like this, right? It's been fine. But the back, from all of this back here is thick. And she couldn't handle it by herself at all. She couldn't handle it by herself. She said, I bet it did put y'all out, but not to sleep. Stop it, Dr. Stevie. Stop it. Stop. Oh my gosh. I want to see if there's a picture. Oh my gosh. I wish I would have been prepared for this. I'm going to just take a quick swipe so we can get back into our book. I just recently found it too. I don't know what it is, but the pictures on my phone, like I have it set up in different albums, but the favorites album I can't access from here. I don't know why. Oh man, I just recently found it. Maybe Ma? She's sleeping? She's the one who sent it to me. A picture of myself. I wanted to show them when I was younger. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe I should check my text message from her. The hot comb and the I don't know bergamot. I just know Ultra Sheen. I don't know bergamot, but that's funny. That's funny. Like everybody has their own experiences, right? Everybody has their own experiences. Oh my gosh. All right. There was something that my mom saw. Oh, she saw a reel and had Tab in it, right? And she sent it to me and she's like, "Isn't that your friend?" Here it is. I was like, from your mouth to God's ears. She was like, "Isn't that your friend? Isn't that your friend?" Oh, this is not a really great picture. This is not a really great picture. It's not good. All right, I'm gonna have to do this another time. Ultra Sheen cream press. Dax. I remember Dax. I heard about Dax. Sulfur 8. That don't even sound safe. Sulfur-8.
I heard
What
of sulfur.
we used to put, you heard of it?
Yeah.
Gordon said, I've heard of Sulfur-8. Man, what we used to put, what our parents used to put in our hair.
What is Noxzema? You put
Not-
that on your face.
Noxzema is for the face, Gordon.
I
All
thought
right.
help with this.
Anyway. Yes, Tab is all of our besties. Exactly. It sounds like a chemical, right, Mike? It sounds like a chemical. And look, Miss Rochelle said, I remember it. It stinks. Oh my gosh. All right. So she heard God tell her, Tab, go stand in the rain. And she was like, okay. So she said, if you follow me for any length of time, you know I do what God tells me to do, right? So she said, I try to move when God says move. And she said, listen, I send the rain to cleanse. Oh, she's saying God told her, listen, I send the rain to cleanse. I want you to step outside and allow yourself to feel that just for a little bit. Walk around in it. And I was like, wow. And then she followed up with this. She said, Tab, she felt God said to her, Tab, I want you to feel something that no one else can create. Can you imagine? And really just have a moment with it. Like no one else can create the rain. God created the rain, right? Straight out of the sky. No one else can do that. No one else can do that. That's remarkable. So she said she stepped outside and she allowed herself to take it all in. And she said, have you ever really sat and listened to the sound of rain? I love the sound of rain. I love the sound of rain. I remember the first house that we built together, our first house, the master bedroom was huge. It was huge and it had double doors on it. And we would often open up the double doors and it opened out to our lanai. And so it was enclosed by mesh, right? And I would open up the double doors when it was raining and I would just lay there in the bed. And that cool, that breeze and the smell of the rain and the sound of the rain, I would often fall asleep right there on the bed. It's one of my favorite things. And I can't wait until God blesses us when we are in our own home again, our forever home, to experience that. Like I want that again. I loved that experience. So she says, she stood there in the rain as the rain drenched her from head to toe, and allowed the beauty of this creation of God to overtake her. She said, and then it happened. I felt a release like never before. So she goes on to talk about the experience in the rain. She says, standing outside, there was no doubt that God was in control of the rain and my life. She said, I want you to take a look at your life the same way you're looking at this rain. These blessings I'm pouring down on you, I'm the one who controls them. So this is her conversation with God. She said, God started speaking to her, right? And she said, I want you to look at your life. And I want y'all to process this as well for yourselves. She says, God says, I want you to look at your life the same way you're looking at this rain. These blessings I'm pouring down on you, I'm the one who controls them. Don't you try to control a single thing. Just let the rain fall and trust me. And trust it's me doing it. As soon as she said that, I was like, did anybody else feel this way? Like, I know where we're going with this. I know where the rest of the chapter is going, right? She said many years ago, she was speaking at a high school graduation and she was standing at the podium telling her story. And I realized that in that moment, I was pretending to be somebody else. How many times have you been standing at the podium? It doesn't have to be a real podium, right? I'm just talking about in life. How many times have you been standing at the podium and trying to be somebody else, not being who you are? She said, I realized in that moment I was pretending to be somebody else. I was trying to create this other persona in order to be successful, to win in the ways I thought I should. She said it was crystal clear it was crystal clear that God was saying, I can't give you what I want to give you because you ain't you. So for those of us that are out there trying to do it like somebody else, trying to be like somebody else, God is saying, I can't give you what I want to give you. I can't give you what I have because that's not you. That's not you. Right? I can't give you what I want to give you because you ain't you. She said, honey, I was shocked, but I wasn't surprised. She said, because he was right. God can't bless who we pretend to be because he doesn't know who that person is. He didn't create that person. Who is that? Right? Who is that? So she goes on to say, Tabitha is exactly the same person you see online. She said that is one of her greatest compliments now because she's no longer pretending, right? That when people meet her and she sees comments online that they say she's exactly the same way you see in her videos that she is in person, right? So at the bottom of 177, this is when I knew it was going to get deep. She said, when we try to take the ultimate control of our lives and leave no room for God to work, this is what we talked about. I think this was yesterday. What we are really saying is that we don't trust God. She said, you might as well tell him that he didn't do a good job. Remember I said that? That the you he created isn't good enough. She said, but what we don't realize is being someone else is exhausting. And it's a ridiculous way to live because now you got to try and live up to all of that. And that's a lot. Oh, hey, Farah. Farah says, read that part again. I can't give you what I want to give you. Oh, yeah. It said, let me go back. It says, she said, I was trying to create this other persona in order to be successful, to win in the ways I thought I should. She said it was crystal clear that God was saying, I can't give you what I want to give you because you ain't you. She said, yeah, I can't give you what I want to give you because you ain't you. She said, God can't bless who we pretend to be because he doesn't know that person. So let's see. So then now on the top of page 178, it says, so how do you put yourself in a posture to receive God's reign? She says, first, we got to be honest about where we are. You have to look at your life and see if this is where you believe you're supposed to be. And if it's not, then the next step is probably going to require some changes on your part. Okay, you might have to move. You might have to stop doing some of the things you used to do. You might have to try something new. And then she's like, good thing you got this book, right? Stevie said, when you read this, I heard God said, stop faking the funk. Yep. Stop faking the funk. Be exactly who you're supposed to be. She said, as soon as she decided to be the tab she said, as soon as I decided that the tab I was trying to be wasn't working, that I'd been hustling hard for something and still had nothing to show for it because I wasn't being myself, God said, let me show you something. If you just trust me, trust the you that I made you to be. When you do that, everything will change. And let me tell you something. I am a testament to that. If you just trust me, trust the you that I made you to be. When you do that, everything will change. She said, and it did. My life is drastically different than it was. My life is drastically different than it was 10 months ago. I promise you that. When I started to walk in my purpose, when I started to like be obedient to my purpose, to my assignment, when I said yes to God, I got into alignment with his will for my life, and that led to transformation. She said, God knows us better than we know ourselves. And we have to, she said, she understands that trusting is not easy, and trying to stop being a control freak is hard too. Remember, we were talking about that yesterday when God tells us to do something, but we don't want to do it because we don't like our voice. We don't like the way we look. We don't think we can do it. We're not accomplished. We're not, we're not enough. We're not this. We're not that. We're not the other. And that's like telling God you made a mistake, like literally looking in his face and going, I don't want to hear anything you have to say because you don't know what you're talking about. Because you obviously made a mistake when you made me. And that is not the case. That is not the case. One of the things that that came to mind when I was going through my transition is, we trust God to do so many things. Like we literally trust him with our lives. So he can, we know that if something happens, he can pull us out of a deep space, a dark place, right? We believe that he can provide for our needs. We say it all the time, right? We believe he can provide for our needs. We believe him for healing. Like we believe him to heal our bodies. We believe him to provide our next meal. But when he says for us to move, and we're supposed to just move, we question him. We question him. And then we question ourselves, which is questioning him. If we continue to just keep questioning everything and not making a move, we're never going to get it right. We're never going to start. We're never going to get where we're supposed to be. We're going to stay on that thing. Keep going around and around and around and around and around. Right? This is where on page 179, this is what spoke to me the most right here. Right there. Page 179. She says, she said when she all she wanted to be was an actress, right? And she said she moved to California to pursue acting. When I arrived, she had vision boards and journals and everything that chronicled her journey to becoming an actress. Not a single entry or image had anything to do with food. Nothing, right? She said, but God clearly told me to start doing videos. Tell people what you're eating. Show them what you're cooking. He said, and of course, she wasn't happy. She didn't want to do that. She went to California to act. She wanted to become an actress. That was what was on her vision board. She had done it in high school. She took drama classes, remember, in high school. And this is all that was on her mind that she wanted to do. And let me just say this. Getting busted into acting in Hollywood, it ain't easy. And it is not all it's cut out to be. And they don't make it to the top like that quickly, right? God had another plan for her that she didn't know about. That if she not trusted him on her path and trusted the process, she wouldn't be, and not just trust him, but do what he called her to do what he told her to do. Has she not done that, she would not see the success that she sees now. Okay? Listen to this. She said God told her to tell people what you're eating, show them what you're cooking. And she said, of course, I wasn't happy. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to act. And God said, who are you trusting, Tabitha? Who are you trusting, Dr. Stevie? Who are you trusting, Jamel? Who are you trusting, Linda? Who are you trusting, Jay? Who are you trusting, Miss Vita? Who are you trusting, Patrice? Who are you trusting, Farah? Who are you trusting, Mike? Who? This page right here, this one did it for me. She said, honey, I got right to making those videos. And guess what she said? Those videos changed my life. Do y'all remember we talked, either you know it because you saw it or we talked about it. I shared it with you. But do you know she was driving Uber and went to Whole Foods and got a sandwich, a vegan sandwich. And it was the first time that she was really at that point had just started getting into vegan food. And she ate the sandwich. And she said God told her to go live eating the sandwich. And she went live eating the sandwich and talking about it. And the rest is history. Because right after that, Whole Foods, because she went viral. If we just do what God tells us to do, I hear it right now. I hear you, Lord. I hear you, Lord. We are so worried about the viewers that we have. We're so worried about the viewers and who's watching. And God said, just do what I said. Just do what I said. And some of us, we stay in a certain place. God said, go to TikTok and we stay on Facebook. God said, go on Facebook and we go on Instagram. God said, do it this way and we do it the other way because we are in our comfort zone and we're not sure what's going to happen. And we don't want to fail and we're scared and we're afraid. And we just keep doing it our way. And God said, who are you going to trust? Who are you going to trust? And because we're not being obedient in certain areas of our lives, we haven't even allowed God to give us everything that he has for us, because there's areas in our lives we're still being disobedient in. God told her to make these videos. She was looking at God like, what are you talking about? I came here to act. I'm an actress. Why do I have to share my food? God allowed that one video. God allowed that one video to go viral. And she ended up getting a deal. She collaborated with Whole Foods. They slid into her DM. And the rest is history. Now this woman has products coming out of her ears. She's got deals with Target. She's got, and the thing is that she's smart. If you watch her interview on Club Shay Shay, she'll let you know she will turn things down. She knows her worth. And she don't cheat on herself like many of us do. She said those videos, I didn't even see what you said, Wandretta. Yes, exactly. And they can't find you if you aren't being seen. If you are not putting your gifts on display. Y'all remember that video I showed you? They can't find you if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. They can't find you. She said those videos changed my life. They had led me to acting, plus doing way more than I could have imagined. She said, read that again. I'm going to read it again. She said, I got right to making those videos, and those videos changed my life. Go ahead. Highlight it. Highlight it. You see right there? Highlight it. See that? And those videos changed my life. Go ahead. In your book, highlight it and underline it. Those videos changed her life. They led her to doing acting, plus way more than she could have ever imagined. Obedience and trying something new changed everything. And I put in, I don't know if y'all saw it, I put it in the corner. I said, shine with Andrea. Because that was doing these videos changed my life. God told me to do these videos years ago, and I didn't do it. Look how much time has passed. What blessings did I miss out on? What blessings did other people miss out on because God had a word in my belly for the people, and I refused. I refused to do the videos because I said, I got to do these videos. I got to do it this way. then I'll just trickle in whatever you tell me to say. I'll just trickle in over here, and I'll do it this way because I go live. It's not like I don't go live. I go live, but I'm gonna just whatever you tell me to do. I'm gonna do it over here when I go live. God, that's not what He was asking me to do. Obedience and trying something new changed everything. Some of y'all haven't even taken this book seriously. Y'all just kind of stroll in and you just been going along with it and listening to what I say, but you haven't even been doing some of these things. If we don't implement, execute, if we don't put things into action, we're not going to change. Our lives are not going to change. Right? Didn't I say this yesterday? I said, we can't just sit around and just continue to sit around and just complain and ask God why or how. And He's already given us instructions, but we won't move on it. Those videos changed my life, and I'm a testament to that too. Do you think that there would ever been do you think that there would ever have been a chance for Cheryl to find us had I not gone live? Do you think that there would ever have been a chance for Marshawn to say, I want to know who the Shine Crew is, had I not gone live? Obedience and trying something new changed everything. She said, and I would have missed it all if I didn't choose to do something new. Check the voices of resistance and go where I was told to go. Y'all get that? She said, and I would have missed it all if I didn't choose to do something new, check the voices of resistance, and go where I was told to go. Dr. Stevie says, ooh, Andrea, now y'all know that is the Holy Spirit being activated in her, because Andrea within herself doesn't step on toes. I know that was God working through her. Thank you, Andrea, for being a vessel. And you know that's the fact. I'm only saying and sharing with you guys what God has placed in my heart. She says, plus now I get to share that word with you. And then this is what I underlined in the middle, kind of in the middle of 179. No, you don't get to control the rain. Listen up, y'all. Listen up. You don't get to control the rain. Yes, sometimes the rain comes in the form of blessings, and sometimes it comes in the form of utter disaster. But I want you to stand there in it and trust the God who allowed it to pour. I just asked this question last week. I asked it to my husband. I asked it to my aunt. We have to trust the God that allowed it to pour. He has allowed me to walk through this storm. I have to trust the God that allowed it to pour. Because even in even in the worst storms, there is beauty when it ends. There's growth. Just ask the flowers and the grass. They know. So let's not run away from the rain or always try to take cover. A lot of times we try to take cover. And this has always been my thing. Like, I don't want to take control. When God has placed me in a situation, I just want to do what He called me to do. I don't want to try and take control and try to work it out myself. I think that there is a slight difference between faith without works is dead and taking control over the situation and forcing and making something happen. There's a slight difference. It's a thin line. So let's not run away from the rain or always try to take cover. Sometimes we need to embrace it. Allow it to cleanse us from the things we may not even see. Allow it to hydrate the areas of our lives that have been dry for way too long. How many of us have areas in our lives that have been dry for way too long? If we just allow God, if we just trust God when he tells us to walk in the rain, that's where that cleansing comes from. That's where that hydration comes from. But we say, no, I'm not going out there. I'm not going out in the rain. I'm not going out there. Nope, I don't know what's going to happen when I go out there. We run for cover. We sit and we wait until it stops raining. And then when we feel safe, then we go back out. Allow it to cleanse us from the things we may not even see, to allow it to hydrate the areas of our lives that have been dry for way too long. Honey, allow it to bring some things back to life. The rain taught me today that it can feel just as good as the sun if we change our mind about it. The rain can feel just as good as the sun if we change our mind, our mindset, change our mind about it. She said, go walk, run, laugh, or dance in the rain just one good time. Then wait for your overflow. Wait for your overflow. See what I wrote down there? Y'all see that? I am waiting for my overflow. Yes, Miss Karen, trust and obey. Got to be a mindset shift. Gordon said, you will be under God's umbrella. Ella, He's such a DJ. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So you deserve love in the rain and in the sunshine. Who's going to dance in the rain? Who's going to dance in the rain? And are you even going to trust God while you're dancing in the rain that your hair will be okay? I hope that this blessed you the way that it blessed me today. I do hope. Miss Anita said she almost choked on her coffee when you said that, Gordon. I do hope that you take this to heart. I do hope you take this to heart. And that you start to really embrace who you are, who God called you to be. Farrah says, let's dance. Ask Gordon, what song is that? Think 80s.
Oh. Okay.
He's thinking.
Trying to get this coffee going.
He said he got to drink his coffee first. Dr. Lynn said, this was indeed a blessing. This was indeed a blessing. This was indeed a blessing. Thank you, Dr. Lynn. Thank you, Lord. Put on your red shoes and dance tonight. Yes, put on your dancing shoes and dance the blues. David Bowie. Look, Dr. Lynn, she knew.
Yeah.
Dr. Lynn probably already had her coffee already. It's okay, Gordon. I need. Oh, that was Patrice. Patrice said David Bowie. Patrice knew it. Dr. Stevie, I need an audio recording, an audio message, expounding on that thought, please. This is another day of you leveraging the book. Yeah, I need a follow-up message, please. Thank you very much. Oh gosh, Mike said I thought it was Rihanna umbrella. That was the first one. That was the first reference. That's funny. All right, y'all. Jan couldn't be with us today, but she said she sends her love and says that she'll watch the replay. And of course, we're just going to keep loving on and praying for Tara and her mom. Wandretta said, I'm walking in the rain. Yes. Ooh, Jamila said, this was a God pinch for me instead of a God wink. Yes. I felt that. I felt that. Farrah says, this was a beautiful message. This will be another share day. I've been blessing so many with your messages. Wow. Thank you, Farrah. Thank you. All right, y'all. I love y'all. God bless you. I will see you tomorrow for day 24. I was hoping that Miss Shernette would show up, but in case she watches the replay, I just need to go ahead and put this up for Miss Shernette. So y'all go ahead and say happy birthday to Miss Shernette. If you are a part of our group, our private group, then please make sure that you comment on the post I put up for her. Okay. Yes, open the floodgates of heaven and let it rain. Let it rain. Thank you, Jesus. Dr. Stevie said, I got you. Just know that you are right where God needs you to be. It's going to happen faster than you can blink. There's a scripture in Amos. I think it's Amos that I read recently. I may have shared it with a few of you. Maybe I should hold on. I received that. Let me see. I received that. I don't want to spend too much time looking for it, but I recently came across that. And I receive it. Thank you. Thank you. So I can't go into details, but I just wanted to let y'all know that I posted on my page this morning, on my personal page, so you can check it out. The last article that Madison wrote for the magazine she's been writing for the past 9 years. She took a little hiatus, but she's been writing for them. The last article she did was in November. And if you ever want to purchase the magazine, you absolutely can. But I put the link there so you could see it. And so I posted the article that she did. But God has just been opening some doors for her. And I'm just so proud of her, very proud of her to see what God has done, or what God is doing. So very grateful for what God is doing. So very grateful. Y'all gonna be very proud of your little girl, who's not really a little girl anymore. So just keep Madison in your prayers, okay? All right, y'all. Love you guys so much. God bless you. And I will see you tomorrow for day 24.